Hey Brian, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut unbreakable polycarbonate lenses for your RayBan 2132 new Wayfarer size 55. I'm going to open up your polarized polycarbonate plano lenses, G15 6 base. I'm going to take them out of their protective sleeve that they sent them to me in. They actually have a rubber coating on both sides. I'm going to use my thumbnail to go ahead and remove that. That way they can never be shipped or scratched when they're being shipped to me. Come on, you get off there. I'm scraping this away at the corner of the lens, which is going to get cut off, and if I had a sharper thumbnail, I wouldn't be struggling like this. Alright, that is one. Hang on, I'm getting a text message here. Alright. It is now 8:43 on Wednesday, March 5th, according to my Samsung Gear watch. And this whole process should take about 15 minutes. If I can just get this last bit of rubber off the back of the lens, or plastic I should say, the protective coating. So the first thing I'm going to do is trace the shape of your lens, of your frame, onto the lens. This is a Santinelli LE1000 patternless edger. It costs $30,000. I recommend everyone go out and get one. Put it on your kitchen counter, then you can cut glasses at home. I'm going to go ahead and get your lenses prepped. What it did is it traced the left lens, now it's tracing the right. I need to put a little block on here, so I'm going to use a little double-sided adhesive sticker. Put that on there. Put that on lens 1, and it's shaped this way so I know the orientation. Pilots like it vertically so that their gauges can be seen. Everyone else likes it on the horizontal meridian. I'm going to pull this little sticker off, put it on here. Pop this into the chuck. Hello, Chuck. And now I'm going to pull up the shape of your lens. Put in, if this were a prescription, I'd put in your pupillary distance, but it's not, so I'm going to have the PD match the frame PD. This is a polycarbonate lens, which I do not need to cut on the soft cycle for a plastic frame. And let's hit start. The first thing that's going to happen is the LMU is going to come down and trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure it's large enough to cut out. It's going to trace the concave side of the lens first, which is closest to your eyelashes, and then it's going to trace the convex side of the lens, which is away from the face. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom. There's like a heavy grit sandpaper or 5 o'clock shadow at 5 a.m. And the second wheel in the middle is going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. This wheel on the right actually polishes, which we do on semi-rimless, but we won't be using that wheel tonight. This is going to get loud and I'll have to close the door, but I just want you to see your lens strike the cutting wheel. So round and round it goes, and eventually it'll be the shape of your frame. While that is cutting, I'm going to get the protective sleeves of how I ship these to you. I'm going to take my Sharpie pen and write RayBan 2132 size 55 Polarized, just abbreviation Polar G15. Whoa, my pen ran away. Let's put it back in the cup. Now the polycarbonate, it is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is also virtually unbreakable and bulletproof up to 22 caliber. It has both UVA and UVB protection. We all know what the sun's harmful rays does to your skin, causing a burn. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So this will be permanent sunscreen for your eyes. You do not have to worry about any long-term damage. Now I'm using the color 6012, which is the tortoise beige. These lenses will fit any color, and in fact, if you have more than one pair, you can pop them in and out. Excuse me while I take a sip off my Earl Grey tea. Okay, the right lens is done. I'm going to take it out of the chuck and dry it off so it's not slippery while I try and work on it. Still has a little bit of rough edges, so I'm going to put the safety bevel using my hand stone. And this wheel is completely flat. It just works on friction. But I'm going to wipe off any optical sawdust known as Schwarf, wipe it on the counter and then onto the floor, because I'm fond of saying, I went to school for years to learn how to wipe this on the floor. Kids, don't try it at home. So to make sure it fits, I tuck it in at the outside corner, and this is what you should do. And then using your thumbs, push down at the nose, and around the edge it will snap right in. Let's flip over and cut the left lens and hit start. It's going to do the same thing, and to make sure it's easy for you, let's take this block off. That it comes, dry everything off again. And I'm just going to keep testing it to make sure it's easy for you to pop in and out. In order to get the lens out, I'm going to use my thumb pressed at the nose. Now I grab the frame with my left hand. You can torque the frame, you're not going to hurt it. I use my thumb and I push down at the nose, out it comes in order to tuck it back in. Again, these lenses are unbreakable. Don't worry about this, and you're not going to hurt your frame as long as this is room temperature. If you're up in BF Canada and it's freezing cold, the plastic may be brittle. I recommend going inside till it warms up. Now again, I tuck the lens down at the outside corner and using my thumbs, press down at the nose and the last little bit there. So I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to clean all my fingerprints off. By the way, I will be sending you a cleaning cloth with these, with instructions on how to care for it. I'm just going to make sure there's no blemishes in the lens by holding it up to the light. That is not. This is how the billion-dollar lens companies ship their very high-dollar lenses to me in these foam pouches. I fold this over for one more layer of protection, and then I tuck it in here. I will also be including the instructions on how to care for your cleaning cloth. But essentially all you have to do is wash this at the kitchen sink with dish soap, Dove, Palmolive, something like that, rinse it out, and then just let it air dry on a dish towel or a paper towel. The older it gets, the softer it gets, the better it cleans. And it's good for anything optical grade, from camera lenses, computer screens, TV screens, cell phones, tablets, CDs and DVDs, handheld video games, and on rare occasions people even use them on their glasses. So we're putting the bevel onto the left lens now. If anyone has any questions about when lenses are available, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. You buy any frame and you get a choice of free clear lenses or free tinted lenses. Polarized lenses like these do cost more. I sell these for about $45. I have them in 6 colors, the classic G15, which is what you see here, in the black rubber RayBan. But I also have the gray, a brown rose, a blue polarized lens, and also a shooter's yellow, the bright yellow that some people like to use when driving at night. So I'm going to put the safety bevel onto the edge of the lens, use my thumbnail to scrape away any residue, and I have a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail from doing this so much. And now I test to make sure it fits into the left lens, the left side of the frame. Tuck it in at the outside corner first, then using your thumbs, push down at the nose. It snaps in perfectly. I'm going to test it again by popping that out. That is good. Let me do it one more time. I'm going to take this block off. There we go. Tuck it in at the outside corner one more time. Double test everything. That is perfect. I'm going to remove it by using my thumb and pressing down at the nose. Out it comes. Let me just clean this one off and make sure I do an inspection to make sure there's no blemishes, no scratches, no anything whatsoever in your unbreakable lenses. That looks good. Put this into the other little packet. Fold it over for protection. And now it's time to put this in a padded envelope and get it shipped to you. Brian, I hope you had fun watching your polarized lenses being made for your RayBan 2132 size 55. If I can be any more help, just email me, and this is just one of the many, many ways I can bring that loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.